Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 3-0 Take, where we talk all things Major League Baseball. Here's Kyle Corwin and Nate Reyes. It all starts right now.
Welcome back to the 3-0 Take, presented by Big League Chew. This is episode 281. I'll be your host, Kyle Corwin, and I'm here with my co-host, Nate Reyes. Nate.
We are back.
Happy Monday.
Monday's
Gotta admit,
the worst.
Well, yeah, I tried to combat that a little bit. Went over to Dunk's, got a nice coffee. Try to combat the Monday scaries, if that's a thing. Feeling a little jittery. I don't know. I'm not a big coffee guy, but like once every few weeks I'll get iced coffee.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about this before. Like, I'm not really a big coffee guy either, but every once in a while I'll take a sip of like Paige's Starbucks, and I'm like, ooh.
Well, speaking of that, can we get
sugar water is good.
Can we get a tally update on how many times now in your life you think you've been to Starbucks?
We're probably like been there and gotten something for myself.
Yes.
Not just for Paige taking a sip of her thing.
No, you there getting something.
Maybe 10. We're probably at 10 now. Maybe close to 10 or 15.
So Paige is changing.
I still don't know how to order. Like what? I still don't get the sizes. I think that's probably the biggest thing for me. Like who do they think they are? What's up with the small, medium, large? What are we trying to prove here?
Dunkin' that's the coffee of the people, the common man.
Well, here's what I will say. On the East Coast, Dunkin' hits different. Out here, Dunkin's trash. Dunkin' is so bad.
I believe it.
It's gross, dude. Like, you try to get a donut or a bagel there, it's also terrible.
I mean, the goodness of Dunkin' can only stretch so far from its northeast hub. Like,
I agree.
It kind of tails away or kind of fades away as it.
I'll tell you what, those little hash brown coins, those hit. You had those before? Yeah. Those are solid. Are you a donut guy? Did you grab a donut this morning?
Boston cream, man.
Yeah?
Iced coffee and a Boston cream. And
that's the one. Is that the one with the chocolate top?
Chocolate top and then the
cream on the inside?
Yeah. Money.
All right.
Money. But yeah, all that to say, I'm feeling a little
wired?
A little wired right now, so.
I'm sleepy.
We'll see how that.
Today. I might go nap after this. I'm not going to lie.
I might need a nap too. Before we get going, Nate, just want to throw out a reminder to the folks. It's been a minute. Subscribe. Head over to the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Go ahead, subscribe.
Why just listen when you can watch and listen?
Yeah. Go ahead over to our YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. Watch our episodes because we are now posting our episodes in full to the YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about it. Maybe we should run a contest. Maybe we're due for a contest.
A little YouTube contest?
A little giveaway.
Okay.
We should maybe set like a number. What do you think?
What do you mean, like a number? Once we get to a certain
reach a certain number. Reach a certain number of subscribers, and then maybe give something away. I was thinking maybe like a jersey. I don't know.
Oh, we got to get that number up there then.
Yeah.
We're pretty low right now.
Yeah, I mean, we
need a lot of help, honestly. We just like, if you guys like us, like, help us.
Yeah, we just started putting up the episodes, and like I said, the only video we had up there prior to us putting up our episodes recently was our vlog from the AL wildcard game last October,
which was still a gem. If you haven't watched that, you need to.
A gem for me, not so much for you. That was rough, but good trip nonetheless. But yeah, go ahead and head on over and subscribe. I mean, we could get real ambitious here. Do we want to set it at like?
I was thinking like 500.
I was thinking 500. That was the number that came to mind. Yeah, I'd say let's set it at 500, and once we hit 500, we'll do a random drawing for a jersey giveaway.
Imagine this: if I was to tell you that all you have to do is just go hit a button, and you would be 1 in 500 chance of getting a free jersey. Kind of a no-brainer, am I right? It's better than any lottery odds you've ever played. Any scratch tickets you've ever bought.
And we give this stuff away. Like there are people that follow us that have received jerseys from prior giveaways, and they can vouch for us. So we're not gaming the system here. I'm not like having Nate subscribe and then Nate just happens to be the random drawing giveaway winner.
That'd be nice, but no.
It would be nice, but it's not going to happen. So yeah, head over to YouTube, hit the subscribe, and be a 1 in 500 contestant for the jersey of
Actually
your choice.
Less, because you and I, so it's probably more like 498.
1 in 498. I like those odds.
Yeah.
I really like those odds.
That's what I'm saying. All you have to do is hit a button.
That's all you got to do. Hit a button. Let's talk about the weekend series results, shall we? Maybe throw in a couple surprises here. I mean, I'm looking at the list right now.
It was a wacky weekend.
It was a weird weekend. The Braves dropping a series of the Padres. Still waiting for those Braves to get going.
All Braves fans just keep saying that they're a second half team.
Yeah, second half team, letting the rest of the field get a head start. I mean, okay. if that helps
if
you
that
sleep
works
at night,
for
I
you.
guess. I don't know. The Reds and Pirates splitting.
Just a series of a century right there.
Yeah, we'll get into that a little bit. The Tigers sweeping the O's. One bad team sweeping another. And look, you can say, well, it's the O's. We say on here time and time again, you got to, and we'll talk about this with the Astros. You got to beat the teams that you're supposed to beat. Like, I'm not going to sit here and knock the Tigers for doing what they did. And I think even Miggy got a couple knocks.
He had another bomb, too.
Yeah. Was it one or two? Was it just the one?
Oh, he's up to 505 now. So that's all I know.
Total. What did I say? Him and Pujols were gonna have 20 each.
Yep. How's that looking, by the way?
I don't know. Let's look at that real quick. What's
You look up.
I'll look up Miggy.
All right.
I think he's only got like.
Let's say like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I was thinking 4, 3. He's only got 3.
Yeah.
Is that 111 ABs?
Old Albert's got 2. Those first 2 that you were rubbing in my face after 4 games.
Oh, he'll heat up. He's becoming freaking Babe Ruth, dude. We'll get into that a little bit too. Yeah, I mean, he's
doing his thing. He's got other stuff to focus on.
He's becoming a little more versatile. Yeah. Miggy's hitting 297 though. That's not being talked about.
I mean, he knows how to hit. I'm not saying that. I'm not doubted his,
and that's not
ability to stroke singles.
It's not directed at you. I'm just saying it. That was surprising. 297.
It's just tough. The ballpark he plays in makes that. That was a big part of the big factor counting into my decision on saying no.
Yeah, that's tough. But I mean, in a season where the offense has just reached historic lows, sitting 297.
Yeah, love to see solid.
That. Love to see that. A note that you pointed out: the Mariners handing the Mets their first series loss of the season.
Yeah.
I don't know. This might be the beginning of the end for the Mets. No,
Did you see a little?
Just kidding.
Did you see a little chirpiness going on? Some chirping.
Between who? Oh, I saw Paul. What's his name? Sewald. I saw him giving him the old cupping of the ear. I'm like, okay, guy. Like,
yeah. I guess it was like when he was a Met, he didn't like the way fans talked about him or towards him or whatever.
They didn't like him when he was there, and so he was just.
Did you see after the series though, all the outfielders just waving to the crowd?
I did not see that, but
oh yeah, Winker out there saying bye, Julio, bye.
Yeah, I saw. Didn't Jesse Winker had a quote or a soundbite or something this weekend? Didn't he? He said He said, I love them. They're an amazing group of people. They're very passionate about their team and their city. The thing we've got going on is special. Talking about Mets fans. So showing some love to the Mets fans, I guess. But
and then in turn wave.
Yeah, I mean, that's a weird rivalry. I'm not saying it's a rivalry, but the Mets Mariners, that's not going to be a thing. They're not going to see each other enough, and even when they do, who cares? Why was this a thing to begin with?
I don't know, man. I think, you're forgetting. You got to remember the city and how those fans,
this is a dump,
are known to talk to people. So I think those outfielders probably just got heckled quite a bit that series. Maybe that was a little shade they wanted to throw. It's weird to come back with those semi. I don't know, those aren't fighting words coming from Winker. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of soft. Just be like, no, they're great.
Yeah, no, I love them. I love these guys.
They're awesome.
I circled the Mets. I circled the Mets on the calendar.
Yeah, I don't know. Just odd. It's odd. But whatever helps the Mariners, honestly. The Mariners need a little bit of this. They got to get it going. They need a little fire. They need a little action. And it seems to me that I think when in doubt, a team can rely on getting fired up by opposing fan bases or opposing attitude.
Yeah.
Things like that. You know what I mean? If you can't find the fuel on your own, you're going to go generate it from something that doesn't seem like it's there. So that's kind of what it feels like. But they need to get it going.
Reaching a little bit, but to your point, you got to figure out a way to find it somehow. And if that means creating your own bulletin board material, whatever. But again, it's the Mets. You're not going to see them anytime soon.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know why you'd need more motivation outside of being the gigantic playoff drought, the biggest playoff drought in sports. So I think that should be enough fuel for you.
I think that should suffice. I don't think we need anything more than that.
Oh, no.
The Rays taking the series from the Blue Jays. I don't know.
Look, man, the Rays, that I think people just forget. They know how to win ball games. This is what they do. They're regular season killers. This is what they do in the regular season. They know how to win. It's a math equation for them.
They were talking, I don't remember what broadcast I was listening to yesterday, but they were talking about the Blue Jays, and they said that the Blue Jays are closer to the Orioles in the standings than they are the Yankees. And that's a little sobering if you're a Blue Jays fan, or heck, even a part of the organization. With everything that you had coming into the season in terms of expectations, headlines, motivation, that's not a great place to be. And again, I know it's early. It's still a little early.
Yeah.
Although we are approaching that point of the year where the early tag is going to start fading away because we're midway through May now.
Yeah. Once you get to June, it's no longer early.
Yeah, you have to have it figured out, I think, by June, one way or another. I think
that offense will start. They'll start to get it going. And the Rogers Center is it's a great place to hit. Everyone's talked about how awesome it is to hit there.
Well, that's part of their problem. They're 10-6 at home and 8-11 on the road. So
yeah,
you're gonna need.
They'll get it going. That offense will turn things around, and yeah. I think it'll be fine. But certain guys need to, Barrios, he needs to pick it up. He doesn't look like nearly what he did last year when they added him in. So he's got to get it going a little bit. Gausman still looks good. And then I think
have they lost the game in which Manoah started yet, or is that streak still going? Did he throw yesterday or Saturday?
I don't know. Forgot about that little streak though.
That actually may have ended his last start. I can't remember. That's the last thing I remember hearing about him.
No, that was Ryu on Saturday. When did Ryu get back?
I feel like Manoah went yesterday, didn't he?
Manoah went yesterday.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what was the result of that game?
Rays won 3-0.
Okay, then. If the streak hadn't ended before that would be the end of that streak.
And Manoah did get the loss. So,
well, that was the thing. It wasn't the pitching record result.
Not at
it
all.
Was just it was the game. The streak was games that they had won that were started by him.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It could have been a little different.
No, I gotcha. But even then, I mean, it's when you look at his line: 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run. You know, I think this is the reason why wins and losses are starting to become kind of obsolete, just because it's like that's a line. I'll take that line any day of the week from any one of my starters, hoping that at least this offense specifically, can scratch across a couple, but they couldn't.
Yeah, and that's something that's been on my mind a lot recently. Is people need to kind of reevaluate, readjust their focus on what makes up a good start by a starting pitcher. Like, if you don't know what a quality start is, look that up, because I've seen a lot of complaining for some reason this season where a guy will give up a few runs, maybe through 6 or 7. It's like, well, he didn't really have it today. It's like, no, that's a quality start. Like that is a textbook definition quality start. The reason your team lost the game is because your offense couldn't do anything today. It's not on your starting pitcher. If he goes 6 or 7, lets up 3 or fewer, that's a quality start.
Yeah.
So we need to bring that back into focus with these guys, especially as seemingly starts are becoming shorter and shorter. Like, if your guy is able to give you that length, like, we need to be appreciative of that when it does happen.
100%. Yeah, the offense, they'll get it going. They just, at times, I think they look a little one-dimensional. I think the only person right now that is really doing their thing is George Springer. I mean, that guy he'll spray hits anywhere, and he's going to give you ridiculous Gold Glove defense. Other than that, I mean, the other guys got to get it going a little bit.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of hate on that Garrett Cole Vladdy Jr. Father's Day quote card from a while back.
Yeah.
People are saying, oh, this didn't age well. It's like, or no, people are saying, well, check the standings. It's like, sick. This post wasn't about the standings. It was about 2 guys, 1 on each team, and what happened the night before I posted that graphic. Like, no, the quote card aged just fine. Like, let's relax, okay? I've had enough. Stop commenting on a post that's weeks old.
I agree. Nothing. There's no good. There's no good in that. There's no good in digging up old dirt unless it's like an accurate prediction. And this wasn't even a prediction, so I'm backing you on that for sure. But I think that's kind of what the Blue Jays feel like in my mind. Like they fall down, like they drop down to that opponent's level unless they're in that like big game showcase limelight type of series, like a Yankees series. So I mean, what's their schedule look like moving forward? They're little 3-game set with the Mariners, Reds, Cardinals, Angels. Maybe them being out in LA. Get a little Mike Trout and Ohtani action. We'll get them going a little bit.
That'd be a good series, or hopefully it'll be a good series. All right, speeding through the rest of these for the sake of time. The Brewers take the series from the Marlins. The Twins snag a series from the Guardians. The Yankees take their series from the White Sox. A little bit of chirping, a little bit of drama
Just
going
weird.
on there.
Weird,
just unnecessary. Which, by the way,
unnecessary.
Can you tell your guy Donaldson to stop acting like he's a primetime backstop catcher here and just allow the play to unfold the way it's supposed to, and not like chucking guys into the dugout to ensure that he can guard his bag?
I think I like it.
No, that was completely unnecessary. Bias aside, that was completely unnecessary.
I think I like
Way over the top.
It really wasn't that bad. It's not.
You don't need
bad.
to be doing that.
It's only that bad when you watch it in slow-mo, but he just caught it and he as he's going down to the knees, like they collided and then he's like pushing off of him. It wasn't like he's, sitting there shoving him off the bag.
Well, I mean, anytime you get in there and you start like kind of flailing arms after the point of impact has already happened, like once there's like kind of pushing and shoving, it's like, okay, at this point, we're just trying to prevent there being any, which I get, that's what you're supposed to do, prevent contact with the bag, but the play was pretty much done, and we're still kind of, it's like in football, it's like the whistle's been blown and we're still like flailing arms.
You got to remember, he's like 35, man. Sometimes he needs a little assistance standing up out of that crouch, and maybe that's what he was looking to do. It's TA, hold on a sec, man.
Yeah. Let me use your head to help myself stand up here.
I gotta stand up for a sec. Hold on, man.
Unreal.
But what I will say real quick, props to that umpire immediately stepping in and kind of playing referee a little bit. Like that's a good umpire. There was nothing that needed to bring, the benches cleared in the most ridiculous, laughable way.
Unreal
that both bullpens emptied for that. But job well done on that umpire.
I'm still of the belief that we just need to go full on hockey and just let guys throw hands. Why not?
I'm with it. Odor would be there in a heartbeat.
The very reason I'm wearing my Sox BP helmet today, check out the YouTube if you want to take a look at it. The Sox win a series versus the Rangers.
Wow.
Like I said, you got to do what you got to do against the bottom feeders, and we certainly did that.
Yep. I think
the bottom feeders doing what they can against bottom feeders.
I think it tells you something when you guys finally get a series win, and the topic of discussion on MLB Network Monday morning is if Xander is going to finish the season in those same.
Hey, he did come out. Apparently, he came out and said that he's open to in-season negotiations. Which, if you're the Boston Red Sox, and you
why not? You
up,
got nothing else going for you, so you're open for distraction.
Easy guy.
There's no season to save.
Easy. God, I
30
love how
games back by June.
I love how there's a couple fan bases right now that are just feeling themselves after years of irrelevance. Like Yankees, glad you're finally in the conversation again. Why don't you try and get past the wild card game one time?
You just have to clamor to the past to make you feel better about the current scenario.
The Mets, I'm just looking at the most recent scenario we have to pull from. Anyway, Mets fans, another organization
is
really
celebrating a series win against the Rangers.
Mets fans, another organization that are feeling themselves all of a sudden. Welcome to the conversation. It's I'm real glad to have you back in the conversation of relevance.
I didn't say anything about the Yankees. I'm just letting you know that the Red Sox are trash. If the Yankees were just as bad, you and I would be having the same conversation.
The Royals snagging a series from the Rockies, Angels taking a series from the A's. Angels just keep winning ball games. Cubs take a series over the Diamondbacks. The Astros just on a tear right now. We'll get into that. And the Phillies were an out away from sweeping the Dodgers. How about that? Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Well, Bryce Harper basically almost won that series by himself.
Does not care about whatever his UCL situation is. He just doesn't care. He said, I'll give you both of my UCLs. I don't need them.
Where are all those NL weirdos, those old school people still arguing about the DH? Thankful now, aren't you? You got your boy hitting tanks still out in Philly. What did he have? I think he had 3 home runs this series, no?
That's a fact. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Multiple extra base hits.
Let me check here. I have him on both of my fantasy teams, so game log is readily accessible here. My guy Bryce.
Sell your soul to get him on your fantasy team.
And it's paying off. I got a guy that's swinging it better with a non-existent UCL than some of the guys that are elsewhere in the league. They announced the UCL update on, I want to say it was the 12th. goes out, hits a home run. The next day hits a home run. The next day hits a home run. 2 for 4, 3 for 4, 3 for 4.
I think he sprinkled in some doubles too.
Oh, yeah.
So he had himself a series. I think he likes being in LA. I think he likes being out there and just, I don't know what it is. I think it's something that just a little extra.
I mean, there's a little bit of magic there. That's where he notched his first big league hit.
Yep.
And wrapping it up here on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball, the Cardinals take the series from the Giants. The Reds, talk about not having a series. Just continued bad luck for the Reds. The Reds lose a...
The Reds gonna red.
I use loosely here. The Reds lose their no-hitter. Wasn't a no-hitter. Is this just going to happen every week now where there's some variation of this to where we have to remind people what is and what is not a no-hitter? Because we're on pace for that right now.
Yeah. Yes, I told you there's going to be more of these than regular no-hitters.
Hunter Greene goes out and throws, I believe it was 7 1/3.
Just an absolute dominant start. Like, I'm excited for this kid. This guy needs to. They could flip him for like an entire all-star roster if they wanted to.
Well,
but they won't.
I will say he's had a shaky start to the year. I think he like leads the majors in home runs allowed, or close to the top if he's no longer leading that category.
Yeah, but if you watch his stuff, you're like, sure, that is going once that gets kind of harnessed. Look out, because the stuff will play.
Yeah, if you can fine-tune that in an organization that prioritizes pitching,
right? And it's like,
it's gonna be gross.
You look at guys that go and find success somewhere else, like, Gausman with the Orioles just didn't work, and he kind of stumbles along for a long time and like didn't really live up to the hype. And then he goes to San Francisco and just like becomes himself, right? Eovaldi went through multiple organizations, and then once he got to the Red Sox, it was like he learned the way he's supposed to pitch and go to his needs and do what he's supposed to do. And now look at him, right? So you have those guys that just, they find their new place, and maybe that will happen for Hunter Greene someday. But I don't think the Reds will give him up anytime soon for anything of a normal asking price.
Yeah, he finished the day with 118 pitches, 7 1/3, 5 walks, 9 Ks. So like I said, the control still hurt. Yeah, the walks hurt, and going back to the home runs allowed thing, like you're going to have to figure out a way to avoid those self-inflicted wounds if you're Hunter Greene. But like I said, or like you said, the stuff is there. If you can find a way to harness that, it'll be lights out.
He's also well put together. I don't know if you watched the post-game presser. Like he answers questions well. Yeah. You can tell that he's like, these are my guys. This is my clubhouse. These are my ride or die guys. So like he's saying the right things.
Right.
And hopefully, I mean, at this point, you're either hoping that the Reds completely change their philosophy and build around him in India, but it's doubtful. So, I hope we see him somewhere else that can do his thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's been well prepared in his upbringing, similar to Harper, not to that level, but in a similar fashion. Yeah, he's had the spotlight on him for a long time.
Yep, a lot of hype
through the levels that he has come up through, and so he's had.
Plus, like the early humbling TJ that he had. I think it was TJ.
I think so.
So yeah, I'm excited for him as a big leaguer and see what he's going to do for a while.
Yeah, but all that to say, they lose their quote-unquote no-hitter. Him and reliever Art Warren gave up 0 hits, but it didn't officially count as a no-hitter, and they didn't get the win. The Pirates, which I don't know if you saw that inning, if you saw how it unfolded.
I did, yeah.
They had
walk the bases loaded, right?
3 straight walks, and then the ground out from Brian Hayes, which, by the way, did you see that play? What was
What
that?
about it?
What was that attempted double play? That was terrible.
I don't know if I saw the actual.
It was a double clutch. It was a double clutch. He just held on to the ball, and it's like, you got Brian Hayes going down the line. We're gonna have to speed this up a little bit, and that ended up being the difference in the game, because that ended up being all the Pirates needed.
Who was playing short? Reynolds. Who's this? Reynolds. Matt Reynolds. Get it going, Matt.
Yeah, not a good look for the Reds.
There.
Not a good look for the Reds. But the Pirates become the sixth. Got a little note here. The Pirates become the sixth team in Major League history since 1901 to win despite not getting any hits.
Good for the Pirates.
I mean, like you said, you got to get your wins against the slop, and that's what the Pirates did, even though the Pirates have slopped themselves.
The series before, they took 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers.
As we talked about. Who knows what's going on in Pittsburgh? Maybe there's a
little something going on.
Maybe there's a World Series run brewing in Pittsburgh. Who knows? No, but it last happened in 2008. Jared Weaver and Jose Arredondo
nailed it.
They lost despite holding the Dodgers to 0 hits. And Hunter Greene became the first pitcher to throw 7 hitless innings and take the loss since Matt Young of the Red Sox in 1992. But one of the big things that I don't feel like people are talking about enough with this situation was Reds manager David Bell. We've talked about it multiple times throughout this season and even seasons prior, where sometimes managers don't give their guy an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
He goes out there for the
118, right? 118 pitches.
Yeah. Goes out there for the 8th, walks a guy, still lets him keep it moving or attempt to keep it moving, and then walks a second guy and then pulls him. But, I mean, he did say he was going to have to be prior to the 8th inning, or at least his thought process was prior to the 8th inning, Hunter was going to have to keep it clean, like real efficient in the 8th to even have a chance at the 9th. But the fact that he went out there for the 8th, let him go out there for the 8th and try to recover after a first debut walk. I mean,
yeah.
Gotta respect that.
I think, yeah, exactly. After that first walk, like you're one pitch from being 2 outs in that inning, right? So I think it's cool to have him, give him that opportunity. And at the same time, I think a little bit of like some self-awareness for David Bell, just understanding like, hey, I mean, I know I'm trying to win ball games, but at the same time, like I can only do so much with this roster for what the Reds have given me. So like, I'd rather go for a no-hitter and lose than not go for a no-hitter and win this game, because it just says a little bit more when you're trying to give these guys like a true opportunity to let them do the thing. And that, I think that would carry a lot more weight in the Reds clubhouse if that no-hitter happened versus just a generic win. So, but this loss, that's on everybody else except Hunter Greene and David Bell, I think.
I would agree. That's probably a fair assessment.
Get it going. That lineup, just like, come on, get it going.
Joey Votto's been out for...
Moustakas knows how to hit a baseball, too. Like, what are they doing?
I think
Tommy Pham.
Votto's been out for at least a week, possibly 2.
Why not? Nah, it's still hurting a little bit. I think I'm gonna sit this one out. Next month and a half.
No, he was out on the COVID list, but I think let's see. Yeah, he began a rehab assignment on Saturday. Yeah, he was out on the COVID list, so it's been a minute since Votto's seen the old ball yard. But yeah, Reds. I can't say I'm surprised that this happened, but
no,
give us a little something here. I mean, this is just pitiful.
Yep.
This is just pitiful. Although, if you keep losing, it'll be more reason to sell the team shirts,
True.
as well as for the Orioles, A's, and who's the other one? Pirates. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know about the Pirates now.
I don't know.
Hey.
We might have to drop that from the collection because the Pirates won October this year. The Pirates won October.
Playing good ball.
Give me some Bucktober. If there is Bucktober, I'm going to be using SeatGeek to do that. Nate, let me tell you about SeatGeek. It's the answer to all your ticket needs. Are you looking for tickets? Do you have plans with friends or family to make it to an upcoming game or concert? Or are you even looking months ahead to nail down a date to get tickets before they sell out? With SeatGeek, you can find tickets to games, concert shows, and even theater performances with just a few easy clicks. We're making it even better for you if you're a first-time user of SeatGeek. Next time you add some tickets to your cart, use our promo code the number 3, the number 0, take pod at checkout to save $20 instantly off your first purchase as a first-time user. That's all you got to do to save some of that.
Gold hard cash.
Enter promo code the number 3, the number 0, take pod. That's our social handle at checkout. SeatGeek.
SeatGeek.
You know what I ran out of this weekend, Nate? Big League Chew.
You want some of mine? I know how to save stuff. Kinda.
I see all those pouches on your back stand back there.
I figured it looked better that way, right? That looks good.
That looks real sharp.
Yeah, real efficient back there. Well, do you want to hear about them, or what do you think?
Yeah, I like to hear about them.
You'd like to hear them? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Big League Chew, founded by former left-handed pitcher Rob Nelson. Big League Chew started from humble beginnings in the Portland Mavericks bullpen in 1977. For more than 40 years, the iconic pouches packed with shredded, flavorful bubble gum has become the number one shredded gum of athletes everywhere. Big League Chew has sold more than 900 million pouches and is designated as the Hall of Fame bubble gum. Grab some gum and head to Big League Chew's social media channels at Big League Chew on Twitter, at Big League Chew Gum on Instagram to show off your Big League bubbles. You can also find a list of retailers or purchase any of their products directly from their website at bigleaguechew.com. Big League Chew.
Big League Chew. Nate, let's talk about the Houston Astros. They're playing real good ball right now.
I think people just forget that they have a Hall of Fame manager and they know how to play.
They're playing real good ball right now.
Yeah.
Real good ball.
Yeah.
Real good ball.
I mean, can we talk about Jeremy Pena is throwing his hat in the ring and saying I want Rookie of the Year.
I'm all about it.
Kid is hitting bombs left and right, playing solid defense. That's pretty cool. Jordan is still hitting balls to the moon.
That's all that man does. They started the season 11-11 and have since won 12 of their last 13. And that stretch included an 11-game winning streak before they took the L to the Nats of all teams. Let me just say, we've seen hints of it from a couple teams this year, a few teams maybe even. My prediction of a team having a 20-plus game winning streak is looking better and better each day. I mean, we're getting close. We're close.
Sniffing. We're sniffing around.
The Yankees had what, 9 or was it 10?
I think they had 11 or 12.
Did they get up to 11 or 12? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, you've got that. The Astros, they had 11. I mean, I'm feeling real good about it. Real good about it.
I think it could happen for sure.
It's imminent for sure. But I mean, it's led by the names that you would expect to be showing out. I mean, Justin Verlander's 5-1 with a 1.38 ERA and 7 starts. And that's coming off a TJ surgery.
And touched 98 yesterday or the day before. I think he's back and looking just as normal as Verlander does.
You want to talk about selling your soul? You sold your soul for Verlander to get him, which is a far riskier move, in my opinion, than selling your soul to get Bryce Harper, who's an established.
I don't even remember the trade. Honestly,
that's
how much I don't worry myself.
Jose Altuve has actually been doing awfully well. He's hitting .333 with 6 home runs in 12 games to begin the month of May. And as you mentioned, Jeremy Pena has posted an .853 OPS with 6 homers and 20 ribbies in his first 30 big league games.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is happening with, like, I don't think Bregman's really doing Bregman stuff quite yet. Kyle Tucker isn't doing his normal thing yet. Yuli Gurriel is...
Gurriel's been heating up a little as of late, so I think that may come with the warmer weather. Who knows?
Maldonado has been, like, really bad offensively, but I think he had a home run this weekend. So, like, this is happening at different times, and you constantly hear about this. To have a successful year offensively, you rotate through 3 or 4 hot guys at the plate, right? And they just kind of rotate through, like, you know, if the top of the order is struggling, the bottom of the order picks them up. And then you have these 3 or 4 middle of the order guys that, like, you know, they do what they get paid to do. And when they're hot, those are the guys that carry the load for that, you know, bottom half of the order. So this is exactly what good teams do. And, like, who better to run the show than Dusty, and to understand that. And I give them props. And Jake Odorizzi is, like, it's looking like Jake Odorizzi is starting to find his groove a little bit. When they made that switch to get him, and it was like, you didn't really do much. And then last year it was like, I don't really see the point of why this guy was such a big, highly touted free agent.
Yeah.
Now you're starting to see what he's capable of. So, and I think he actually goes today. I think he throws today.
Yeah,
I added him in fantasy.
The Stros pitching has been a big reason as to why they've been playing as well as they have been. They've allowed 2 or fewer
today
runs
against Boston. Yep.
They've allowed 2 or fewer runs in 11 of their last 13 games. They are 3rd in all of Major League Baseball in team ERA. And even then, even with all of this success that we're talking about, they're tied with the Angels, which shows you how well the Angels have been playing. We've already talked about. But if you're Houston, you gotta, in a weird way, that's got to be a little discouraging to think. I mean, we just reeled off 12 of our last 13, and we have no distance between us and the Angels in the division or in the standings.
I think that's what this division's going to be like. I really do. I think it's going to be a lot of back and forth and a lot of first place switches.
Could we make the argument, because I know I won't speak for you, but I know for myself, I've been on board with the fact that the Astros rather, that I just feel like their run of dominance that window has to be coming to a close sometime in the near future. Mm-hmm. Could we maybe say that this season is, I won't say the official changing of the guard, but could this be a glimpse into the very near future of what the top half of this division could look like moving forward?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you talk about just guys that are starting to, get up there a little bit. The Astros are eventually going to become a team where it's basically just, Bregman as their only superstar, I think. But, with Verlander's age, Gurriel's age, Altuve's age, and somewhat of this injury-prone situation going on with him, like he's getting hurt more and more. It makes you wonder if Bregman, Kyle Tucker, and Yordan can just carry the load through another window, right? And I don't know. I think when you look at it, the Angels have the 2 best baseball players in the world on the same team playing every day. All you got to do is just fill the right spots with other guys, and that's what you're seeing at this point. That's what you're seeing them do. All you got to do is fill in the cracks and sprinkle in a little bit of magic, and you're going to have this type of year.
And to that point, we always say how baseball is the complete opposite of basketball. You can't have a team run by one guy. But what's happening with the Angels right now and their current situation with Shohei and Mike Trout, that's about as close as you're going to get.
It's infectious, for sure.
You have quite a head start across the league when you put those two guys out on the field on a regular basis. Like you said, all you got to do is just fill in the gaps around them.
And then you forget, like Rendon is on this team. You know what I mean? Like, he's a professional hitter. And he's going to play real good defense for you as well. And then, they get this Ward kid who's just hitting nukes left and right. You get some type of decent pitching. Lorenzen comes in, and I know he's kind of off and on, but he looks like, he could do his thing. Andrew Velasquez, we talked about him before, just flashing leather left and right at shortstop. It's crazy to think that, like a David Fletcher going down hasn't totally just been a gut punch for them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what it's starting to feel just a little different. And we talked about it with that Detmer's no-hitter last week. The whole dugout was out for his press conference, or his post-game interview. The whole dugout is there. They got the cowboy hat going. And Trout literally might win another MVP with what he's doing. Like, I think he's already totaled up like a 3 WAR so far.
Yeah, Trout had enough of the noise. He had enough of the noise. He's like, all right, we've been playing around too long. It's time to buckle up.
Good. This is better for baseball. This is good for baseball. We need Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani in the postseason. This is what baseball needs. So do what you need to do. Add a couple pieces before the deadline and just keep this same energy and go. Just go and have fun, play good baseball. That's all you need.
And then we'll go to McDonald's afterwards for ice cream. Speaking of a former Angel, broken. The machine's almost broken. I knew better. That was a rookie move. Come on, Casey, pick it up. Former Angel Albert Pujols made history last night. Can I just say, the more that I just watch the clips and the more I read about it and the more I figure out the history behind the significance of last night, I'm loving it more and more. I was just watching it, like I watched the whole inning on repeat,
fun,
and I was like, this is enjoyable.
Yeah. Well, you got to remember that he also went off that game. I think he had 3 or 4 hits as well. So it's fun. They're having fun. And it's it's okay. I feel like they've brought in veterans, not brought in. They have veterans. They brought back Pujols to be these guys that are used to carrying the story, right? Used to doing all the interviews, used to just taking all the media on because they're good at it and they're good people. Between Yachty, Waino, and Albert, they know how to handle this. And then you just forget that they have Nolan, they have Goldie, they have Edman, Harrison Bader locking it down with the glove. They have guys that are just gonna go and ball out every day. They've got something good going. I gotta give a little shout out to my guy Luis Gonzalez with the Giants. I don't know if they're engaged or not. Either way,
I
they've been
didn't
dating
even put
a while.
2 and 2 together. Yeah, that's awesome.
Luis is my buddy Bree. Played at ASU. She's a stud. She's doing softball lessons out here. But those two have been dating a while. I think they're engaged. I can't remember. I'll have to ask Bree. But he went out and was pitching from the other side in the mop up role.
Oh, he took the mound. Yeah, I didn't even realize that.
He was on the mound. He was floating up 45s, and I don't know if you saw, but one of the pitches he just boom pumps it in at 86, and then we're like, whoa!
I love that.
Just to shake you off a little bit, and then hits a bomb off of off of Albert, and he said, I saw his post today on Instagram. He's like, I actually got that ball back, and I'm throwing it up on the shelf for sure. He's like, I'm keeping that ball. Like, this is cool, man. But yeah, I got to give him a little shout out because he's off to a good start with the Giants. That's
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those who missed it and haven't caught on to what we've been talking about, Pujols took the mound last night in.
If you live under a rock.
Yeah, if you live under a rock, took the mound last night in Sunday Night Baseball. Was given the ball with the Cards up 15-2. He has, which I wouldn't have been able to guess this, but he has the 10th most games under his belt in Major League history.
Really?
And it took that many for his first career pitching appearance. The best part of this whole thing is the fact that they were up, which justified, in my opinion, the crowd's reaction and just locked into every pitch that he threw. Because if they're down 15-2, it's
not
like,
the same.
It's just not the same. It's kind of I mean, it'd still be cool. It'd still be exciting. But they were up 15-2, so they're just having a grand old time. Everybody was recording every pitch. I think he even touched. Did I see correctly? He touched like 70. He may have even gotten a little higher. But there was one. There was one pitch where I had to go back and rewind it to check the speed on it. He hit that on one of those. He, like I said, he may have bumped it up a little higher. But
I thought it was funny though. You saw that because they were supposed to turn a double play. It was first and second, and he rolls a ground ball out there, and that was how Luis got to hit that 3-run jack. Because after that, and Albert's like, "Come on, man! Like you gotta help me out." Now Albert's ERA is just through the roof. He wanted,
I think it's
keep
like
the straight goose eggs.
Now Albert Pujols has a section under his pitching on Baseball
He's
Reference.
also, I think they said he's the oldest player to ever make his debut as a pitcher. It's pretty cool.
No, he's the oldest. The 42-year-old Pujols became the oldest player to make his pitching debut since Lena Blackburn brought himself in at age 42 in his final game as a player manager for the 1929 White Sox.
I need those days back. I need more player
give me
managers.
The player manager. Start with Pujols.
I got this,
honestly.
boys. I got this. It's my turn. I'm stepping in. Imagine Buck Showalter just lacing him up, getting the gloves on.
I need that.
I'm pinch hitting for you, Pete. Take a seat.
I need that. let me check. I mean, he has to have yeah, here we go. Standard pitching stats for Albert Pujols. He's got an ERA of 36.
Tough. All because that double play didn't get turned. Tough.
Yeah, that's tough. Wait, how? Oh yeah, never mind. It wasn't an error. They just didn't turn it because I was like, how did he get hit with 4?
He just beat it
runs?
out. Yeah. This is fun, dude. This is fun. This is what we talked about last week when Brett Phillips came up. Rendon went yaya on the left side. Like, this is the fun stuff that it's okay to sprinkle in. Look, if baseball's not going to introduce any type of mercy rule or anything like that, let this happen. The managers are going to say, well, I'm not throwing out, I'm not wasting arms. I'm not getting these guys in a game that is done. So let's have fun with it. Like, if we're going to bring in a guy, throw slow, and you can't get offended on the results. And that's what it has to be. Doesn't matter. But again, on the other, it's a different story when you're losing and giving those up.
Related to that, I'm gonna make the argument that this isn't nearly as exciting or enjoyable if this is in LA, either with the Dodgers or the Angels. I think so much of what made this moment was the fact that it was in St. Louis for the Cardinals.
I think it was Albert for sure. Albert doing his thing is definitely
no, but that's
funny.
what I'm saying. If he was playing for the Dodgers or for the Angels.
Oh yeah, for Albert, I gotcha.
Yeah, this situation just isn't as enjoyable or as exciting.
Not at all. I agree.
But the fact
Even
that he's
better.
home,
I mean, The next mop up, I'm going to need to see Yachty on the bump, and I'm going to need to see Wainwright, behind the dish. Just throw the gear on.
Well, that was
toss
the only
in a cup, and let's switch this battery around.
I don't know if we can do it. Which, by the way, side note, lost in all of this. Little tip of the cap to Waino and
I
Yachty.
saw the tweet. It's good.
Broke the major league mark with their 203rd victory as a starting battery, passing Warren Spahn and Del Crandall, who amassed 202 wins for the Boston and Milwaukee Braves from 49 to 63. I love that duo so much.
I do too.
So much.
It's solid.
But
It's solid.
as I was saying,
did you see his tweet though after?
Who, Wainwright?
Yeah.
I saw it. Let me see. He tweeted something. I did see. I don't remember.
Basically, it was like something like,
he said, I gave up
another
don't
17 years.
Don't worry, Pujols. I gave up a home run in my first ever game, too. You'll figure it out, and who knows, 17 years from now, you and Andrew Kisner, right?
Yeah.
Might break me and Yachty's record. That was what I was going to say. That was the only missing piece to this scenario was I needed Yachty behind the dish. Like that.
Yeah.
Just the pictures that would come from that would have just been fantastic. Dapping up after the game.
Yep.
I needed that, but it's fine.
It's good stuff. Good stuff happening in St. Louis.
Good stuff happening in St. Louis. Yeah, that was good for baseball. I love to see that. That's about all I have. Closing the book here. I got a few notes and maybe if you have anything else for the folks, which brings me to another point. I got to stop calling them the folks. Have we decided on a name for our people?
Why did I forget? I thought we came up with it the other day.
The Chasers.
The Chasers. That's what it is.
Is that what we're going with? Is it official?
Chasers, yeah. 3-0 you're chasing, boys.
It just makes sense.
Yeah.
It just makes sense. It goes right along with your sign off.
Yeah. It's perfect. The Chasers.
It fits with the.
We got to make this a thing.
The name of the pod. All right.
Just got to remember that.
Listeners are officially the Chasers. Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Very exclusive club. But closing the book here. Shohei Ohtani notched his 100th career Major League home run on Saturday, making him the third Japanese player in Major League history with 100 homers, joining Hideki Matsui, who had 175, and Ichiro Suzuki, who had 117. So, tip of the cap to Shohei. That's
nice.
Legitimate history that I'm interested in. I don't, like you said, I don't need to know about
more Babe Ruth stuff. Yeah, we're good.
We got it.
Yeah.
This is stuff that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Nestor Cortez just continuing a stretch of dominance. Is Nestor Cortez going to start the American League All-Star game?
Dude, I need that.
I'm not even kidding at this point. This is unbelievable.
So fun. He's so fun, dude. He's so fun. Different arm angles, different weird stuff with the leg kicks. And he's just nasty Nestor, baby. He's just the goofy little mustache, plumpy little body, doing his thing.
He was threatening a no-hitter, I think it was Monday, through 7 1/3 against the Rangers. And then, was it yesterday? He went yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, goes out and throws 8 innings, which is a career high. Gives up just 3 hits and 1 run with 7 Ks.
Yeah.
And after entering Monday, after a start on Sunday, his ERA sits at 1.35, which is best in the American League and second lowest in the majors. That's insane, dude. Nestor Cortez, what is life right now?
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying.
Unreal.
It's so good. I'm here for it.
Future number 2 for the Boston Red Sox. I can't wait.
I don't know why you think that'll ever happen.
I'm telling you, it's going to happen. The Yankees are going to lose sight of what they have, as they do with countless other arms that we have been gifted.
They already did with him. They already let him walk a few years ago. They brought him back.
Well, this will just add insult to injury then, because they're going to let him walk again, and he's coming straight to Boston. I'm here for it.
Whatever helps you find a silver lining in today.
It's not. Hey, we're coming off a series win, fella. I'm not worried about it.
Riding high.
Life could not be better than it is right now in this very moment. Last last point. No, 2 points left. The Royals. Did you hear that apparently the Royals are entertaining a new ballpark scenario?
No, I didn't know that.
Just came across this article. Yeah, the team is, quote, considering the possibility of moving from its current home of Kauffman Stadium as early as opening day 2026.
Why?
I feel like that's not getting talked about.
Stadium's cool.
It's a very cool stadium. Do you know how old Kauffman Stadium is? Take a guess. Just take a guess. An educated guess.
45 years old.
49 years old.
Ooh. It's not
very
bad.
impressive.
It's not a bad guess.
Yeah, 1973. To be honest with you, I was a little surprised. I didn't realize Kauffman was, I would have thought much younger, but maybe not.
I don't know. I think, look, I'm on board with like any new stadium should be a retractable roof. Moving forward, I think that's how it should be.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that one. It makes sense.
Yeah, and Missouri gets they get weird weather for sure. They get like crazy rain and tornadoes and random stuff like that.
They love water out there, man. The city of fountains. They love it.
Yeah. So I think if they can still introduce the fountain thing, maybe a retractable roof, get it a little bit more hitter friendly. Let's help out the boys a little bit. Let's get Bobby, in on the plan. Let's just let him design the outfield dimensions. What do you think?
Or they could just open it up to the fans with as many MLB The Show fans as there are now. I'm sure we have many stadium creator.
True.
There's a lot of potential there.
Yeah, very true.
Just open it up to the fans. Let the fans design the stadium.
Yeah, let's put a fountain on the field.
I'm not seriously suggesting that. Yeah, that you'd run into that. You would run into people wanting a fountain.
Fountain is second base.
Or you could just do like
first base.
Just do like Houston did with the hill out in center field back in the day. Just put a fountain out there. Let's get back to the old school football days. Have the field goal post on the field.
A Jimmy Edmonds styled reverse dive into the water, making a play. Coming up, just soaking wet, holding the ball.
I'm all about. See, you talk about make baseball exciting, grow the game. Fountains in center field.
Yeah,
that would fire people up, no doubt. And then the last note I got here, just a reminder: we've got the moon landing 3-0 fake coming to you Thursday. We're gonna look at the conspiracy of the moon landing. So if you don't want to hear us talk about baseball, tune into the last 10 or 15 minutes of Thursday's episode and you can hear us talk about the moon landing. So the 3-0 fake, number 2 coming to you Thursday. That's all I got for the Chasers, my friend. What you got anything else?
Speaking of moon, did you see the eclipse last night? Were you snoozing?
I did see the moon because I was jumping over it following the series win, the official end to the series yesterday that we took the dub in. So we took the loss.
It was cool, man. It was real cool. It was like a red moon. Apparently, it was the perfect alignment where the sun was completely on the other side of the earth, and it created a shadow over the moon.
Look at you, just giving the textbook definition to an eclipse.
I looked it up, man. I needed to figure out what it was. Was there another planet getting in the way? What's happening up there?
What's going on? So we're going to talk about the place that apparently we haven't been before, despite our government telling us that we have. So we're going to talk about the moon landing conspiracy on
real
Thursday. Honestly. Yeah, that's actually a great point. I was talking to Meredith about that the other night. I looked up in the sky. We had just gotten back from a party or something, and I looked up and I was like, isn't it crazy that thing is thousands of miles away, and yet you can see if you look at the moon, you can see the shades of gray, the craters and stuff. And I'm like, that thing is thousands of miles away, and you can just look up and see it.
Yeah.
That's got to be fake.
Siri.
That's got to be fake.
How far away is the moon? 238,000 miles. Look at you, guy.
238,000 miles.
Yeah.
I thought science said that the naked eye can only see up to 10 miles away.
That's what I'm confused about. I don't get it. I don't get it.
And sure, you're going to have these moon realists saying that, well, it's just because the moon is so large. No, the moon doesn't exist.
I can't wait when we have this this little hotel built in space. You can just go up there and just have a little cruise, a little space cruise, and you and I are doing a pod from up there. We're just letting people know. We still don't know if this moon is real because it's still just as far away.
If we were able to record a pod from the moon, that would set our previous, or that would break our previous record of the Mile High in Denver.
That's true.
From the purple line at Coors, or the purple row rather at Coors.
I'll talk
Coors
to
Field.
Elon, see what he thinks, see if we can get a little interview up there.
That'd be fun. I can't wait to talk about how the moon just doesn't exist. I love how we went from did we land on the moon to the moon just doesn't exist.
I don't think it's real.
It's gonna be a fun little segment on Thursday. So we'll see you then. But other than that, that's all I got.
Cool. Let's get out of here. Don't go chasing curveballs, folks.
We love y'all, and as always, looking forward to talking more baseball with you guys soon. Until next time, stay filthy.